recognized something called vacant esteem. Vacant. I look at that because I remember being in the villages with the dirt floor and the tattered clothes, and I remember them saying, I see you. And then I started to look at what happened when I got back to America. Because when I got back to America, African Americans were saying, what you looking at? What you looking at? I see you. What you looking at? Isn't that an interesting difference? What had happened to this little 10-year-old boy that he could not withstand a gaze? What had happened in those fragile little group of years between birth and 10 that he would have so much rage about a glance? And then I began to realize what that little boy was so angry about. He wasn't angry at white people, you see. He was angry with my son. But why was he so angry with my son who looked at him? Because there's something we all know in this room. It's something that black people can do. We know our grandmothers and our great-grandmothers and our mothers and our fathers. We all somehow, another one of those things we normalize, which is supernatural in some ways. We can read people, can we not? We can read you. Not only can we read you, we can walk into a situation and go, whoa, it's feeling thick in here. We can my sister and I can walk into a supermarket and watch a situation and go, now you checked her out, right? Yeah, you know, she came in. You see that man? You see that woman he with? You know that's his wife over there, right? Okay. You know, it's getting ready to get real up in here. Meanwhile, there's a white woman standing behind me going, did you see someone come in? There's a reason for that. I'll tell you the reason for that, because privilege allows her or him to not have to concern themselves with what's going on. That's not so with you and I. So I'm looking at this notion of what you looking at. And I know, we represent a lot of different understandings, but I remember reading in some religious scripture something so poignant about black people. And in this statement it says, the black man is like the pupil of the eye, surrounded by a sea of white, but it is the pupil which contains the sight. It beholds what is before it. So what that little boy could see reflected back at him is what he hated about himself. Because you see, we arrive at our sense of esteem based on the significant appraisals of those closest to us. Because I am not who I think I am. And I am not who you think I am. I am who I think you think that I am. So that little boy thought that my son thought of him as nothing. And he hated him for it. He hated him so much that he wanted to hurt him. He wanted to hurt him for revealing back to him what he hated most in himself. He didn't look at white people because they can't reflect it back. But we do. That's why I don't like you. That's why I hate you, because you remind me of the nothing I am. That's why. And he's 10 years old. And it doesn't start at 10, it starts at 3. But this is part of what I call post-traumatic slave syndrome. Let's go up a little closer. Let's look at something else we do. And it's very common. And it doesn't matter what class, doesn't matter what age, what education level, doesn't matter. You have white Johnny, black Johnny. You have a white mother, you have a black mother. They both have children. Both these children are in Little League. Both these children went to the same classes, the same schools, and played together. Earned the same marks in school. And so the black mother says to the white mother, commenting on her Johnny, you know your Johnny. That boy is really doing quite well. And she says, yes, he is. Matter of fact, he's quite the man. He is in the talented and gifted program, and as you know, he's doing quite well in Little League. He's also in the science fair, and his project got #1. Now, his uncle is an astronaut, and I really believe the boy has a propensity. You got to cut her off. She is oozing with enthusiasm, and I'm not mad at her. She's proud of her Johnny. And then she, remembering, oh my goodness, what am I saying? This Johnny, knowing that this child has the same or even maybe greater qualities, and she says to the black mother, yes, but your Johnny, that boy is really coming along. And before she can finish, she goes, girl, shut up. You should have seen his little butt yesterday. I tried to kill him. Oh, he's a mess. Oh, girl, shut up. You do it, don't you? You do it a lot. But here's the bottom. We all know she's proud, don't we? Even though she goes, girl, shut up. She's really proud, though, isn't she? And we all know it, don't we? But she can't, it almost is painful to hear the compliment. This is 2004. Are you with me? Yes. It's 2004. And what we have to understand is Johnny is standing next to her. But let's roll it back so we can understand it in context. Let's roll back that little scenario, but let's roll it back to slavery. And now you have a slave mother. She's got 3 or 4 children. And the slave master walks through, male or female, doesn't matter. And they come by and they go, my. I see that Johnny of yours. Well, now he's really coming along. What is she going to say? No, he's not coming along. He's stupid. He's shiftless. He can't work. He unruly because she doesn't want him sold. That's called appropriate adaptation to a hostile environment. That's post-traumatic slave syndrome. But y'all are free. Y'all free. But what you have to appreciate is while Mama's sitting here 2004 brimming over with pride, Johnny is standing there crushed. Mama, why can't you be proud of me? What do I have to do, Mama, for you to know that I can do things, that I'm worthy? Why can't you praise me like she praises her Johnny? Am I not good enough, Mama? Daddy, can't you see that I can do things? I just want so much to make you proud. That's 2004, and the scary thing about it is they're brimming with pride. And we're injuring Johnny in 2004. It's a secret we all know that has become a pathology that we have normalized. Now, can someone white tell us that? You got black people that walk into rooms, another form of post-traumatic slave syndrome. They walk in and they're not black. You've met them. I mentioned it earlier. Did I say that I have a lot of Latino or Hispanic in me?